Jonathan Chait wrote for the New York Magazine, and he said this, because the other thing Donald Trump is doing, and he did it in this interview, I don't have the clip here, but praising Ashley Babbitt, the woman who unfortunately died, was shot by Capitol Police, ostensibly, we believe so, in the Capitol. She was a QAnon, anti-government separatist, a terrorist. And unfortunately, absolutely, it's anytime someone dies, it's a tragedy, it's sad, but it didn't happen in a vacuum. Because we witnessed what we witnessed. We look at things through the lens of objective reality. And Jonathan Chait writes this in The Chilling Message of Trump's Embrace of Ashley Babbitt, Martyrdom. January 6th is now a heroic uprising for the movement. He, Trump, has slowly turned January 6th from a black mark that threatened to expunge him from Republican politics to a regrettable episode that his allies preferred to leave behind, to a glorious uprising behind which he could rally his adherents. And that's what we're witnessing. He is now rallying his adherents once again by labeling what took place on January 6th as a love-fueled gathering of 1 million MAGA supporters. Jonathan Chait continues, the anti-Trump right has dismissed the insurrection as overblown, a protest march gone bad, perhaps ill-considered, but never posing any serious threat to the Republic. The far right's highlighting of Babbitt's death sends a different message. The insurrection was good. Babbitt's effort to penetrate the defensive barrier was brave, and the stopping of her charge a crime. By throwing himself behind this message, Trump is endorsing the most radical interpretation of his presidency. January 6th was not a minor misstep after a successful era, as fans like Mike Pence and Lindsey Graham now say. It was the heroic culmination of a righteous uprising. That is what we're witnessing. And with calls from conspiracy theorists that Donald Trump will be reinstated next month, and the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security warning that there very well could be violence, there very well could be a redo, whether at the Capitol or somewhere else in Washington, or at the disparate state capitals all across the country. This last summer and through the winter, with the COVID restrictions, that was a dry run on the Michigan state capitol, on the Idaho state capitol, on these other state capitals. And they put it into full effect when they attempted to overthrow the government in January. And that could have been just another practice run until they're able to get it right. So one, the government better be on top of this. Joe Biden's Justice Department, the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, they better not be caught napping again. Again, we need to deal with reality on reality's own terms. Not with some rose-colored glasses about, they got the message the first time. They learned their lesson. Because they clearly have not, and they're being encouraged by Donald Trump. And further, I'm going to end with this. This is a quote out of a Politico reporting about CPAC. And according to Politico, a source close to Trump said he feels the energy around January 6th, having seen the growing sentiment among his supporters that the rioters and protesters were taking a patriotic stand. This is a rebranding in an effort to encourage people to do it again. Because if you love your country and you're witnessing it go down the drain, which is what Donald Trump, his entire political message has been, making America great again. And if you truly believe that, you must stand in the gap for the country. Even though anybody who's looking at this with clear eyes knows that he's not asking them to stand in the gap for the country. He's asking them to stand in the gap for him. because that is all that matters to Dumb Guy Donald.